Good evening and welcome back to Cincinnati Kids Vintage Card Channel. Just shooting a quick video here for you tonight. It's been a while. I've been away, had a lot going on, but I wanted to share a few more odds and ends. I want to call these hanging 65s. So in my last video I shared the vast majority of my 1965 top set. Graded cards, and I forgot to put these fine examples in there, and I just wanted to share them real quick with you. The 65 Topps Hank Aaron, shout out to Hammer 44. Every time I pull a Hank Aaron card now out of my collection, take a look at it, I think about him. He hasn't had a video in a while, hope he gets one out soon. And then I couldn't be remiss with forgetting my Joe Morgan rookie. That's a travesty, and we're going to lead in more to that here in the next segment. Then you've got Roger Maris, my second favorite Roger Maris card. I really like the 65 Topps card. That is a recent pickup for me in the prior month. So here are a couple more 65 Topps. I'll be back with the next segment. So who doesn't like a few autographs here or there? I know I do. I don't have a ton in my collection, but the ones I do have a very deep meaning to me. I have two here tonight that are new, and a few I'm going to show that I've had a while. And here's the first one. Just picked this up off of eBay. Apologize for the camera. I'm having trouble. The phone camera, trying not to get it in the shot. This is Hal Morris's rookie card, Don Russ. My favorite rookie card of his. That's a great autograph of his. If that's not really his autograph, then that's a really good fake. But I'm pretty sure that's him in the black Sharpie autographing this. And here is Scott Rowland. Starting to see the theme here. And Rowland finished his career at the Reds before going to Cooperstown. It's really nice. I like that, the 60 Topps look. And he's peering off the distance, going into, it's like he's ready to go 9 rounds with Mike Tyson. Although when he went in a brawl with his former teammates, he looked exhausted at the end of that fight. He was trying to be the peacemaker, and by the end of that fight, he had a ton of bumps, bruises, scratches. His jersey was pulled out. He looked like he's like, take me out dusty for the rest of the evening. Here's an interesting one. I picked this up shortly after he got called up, and unfortunately he only lasted for a cup of coffee in the big leagues. This is Travis Dawkins. They were looking for an answer at shortstop. He was at one time, I think, the top rated prospect in the Reds organization. But he didn't make it. I don't think he hit well enough. But his middle name, or his nickname, was Gookie. And so for a while there, with the Reds' second baseman being Pokey Reese, we had the 6-4-3 double play going as Gookie to Pokey to Hal Morris. Might have been Dimitri Young back then. I can't remember now. It might have been Sean Casey, actually. Probably Sean Casey at first base then. There's Gookie Dawkins' autograph. And this guy needs no introduction. I've shown him on the channel before. Can't even hold the cards here. Chris Sabo autograph on a score rookie. So why all these Reds autographs? Well, one of my friends here on the channels sent me a nice gift care package. He asked me a few months back, he was going to see this certain player again. He'd done an extensive interview with him back in his home state. And, excuse me, he asked if I'd like to have an autograph. And I said, sure, absolutely. So he said, what card would you want it on? I said, well, why not 68 Topps? Because that's a good looking card of him. And so this friend of yours and mine, Drew at Clean Cheap Shots, sent me this a couple weeks back. I was on vacation at the time, and this is another reason why I didn't do any videos for a little while. I was on vacation for 2 weeks in Ireland. But this is a beautiful Ed Watt autograph. Really thankful for Drew doing that. He's a very thoughtful guy, and I have a lot of respect for what he has to say and what, his opinions on some stuff we've talked about outside of cards. And advice, I would say more or less, he's given me has been, I found to be very sound and good. I'm very appreciative of him and of this autograph he gave me. He also sent along a few more Reds cards to me. He sent me a letter, said he needed to do some more purging of Reds cards, and I'll show you those in a minute. Okay, I'm back, and I don't know why he would want to give me more Reds cards. I don't know. Eric Davis, another Reds. He didn't give me this card. I've had this card a long time. 87 Topps, the year he hit 37 home runs, stole over 50 bases. Became the first 30-30 Red until Barry Larkin did it in 1995. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with Eric Davis hitting that 2-run home run, bottom of the first inning, the 1990 Game 1 1990 World Series off Dave Stewart. I don't know, maybe he might have something to do with that. But Drew, I have no hatred towards the A's, as you can see here with some beautiful 71 Topps A's. But Drew sent me this Rob Murphy. I don't even know who he was. This is cool, a Cincinnati Reds sticker. I can go with my Dodger sticker now. He sent me this cool card of Tim McGee. He asked if I was a Bengals fan and more of a Colts fan, but I wouldn't turn down a card, any card like that. Paul O'Neill. I don't have a lot of Paul O'Neill cards. I really like this card. It's really neat. The Ultra Fleer series was really neat. I've got the Bernie Williams card, I think from the same year. And here's the back on that. They did a really nice job on the back of those. Sporting the mullet. And then finally, he sent me this card, 1970 Topps of Vada Pinson. That was just really nice. He said he saw it, couldn't pass it up. He already had one and thought I might like it for my Vada Pinson run, because we're going to do this sort of showcase showdown. I'm not sure if that's been trademarked, but if it has, sorry, I'll retract and we'll call it something else. Call to the Hall edition, where Drew and I, when we've got our runs completed, we're going to get online together and film a video of us comparing our scores and see who comes out on top. But I'm really appreciative of him giving me that. And so I'll be back with the last segment, some SGC card grading reveals in a minute. Okay, here's what you're really here for. So I did a small SGC submission and got these back just before I went on vacation, and just I didn't have a chance to get down to my LCS to pick them up. So they sat there a little while, but they're very gracious and it's no problem. Some nice stuff here. I've got some modern and vintage. I've got baseball and hockey. I also have, before I forget, I got a 1956 Topps Flags of the World graded. I'm trying to collect each card of each country I've been to on vacation, and so this will be the first reveal. Here is Great Britain. This is a beautiful card, a 2.5. There's an obvious reason why. There's a crease that goes right down through the middle of the flag. It's more like a wrinkle that extends through, and I didn't see it. Just goes to show, sometimes you can't see those things through a penny sleeve and a standard flip. But SGC caught it, got the right grade. I still love this card in the SGC slab. Now I need to grab one from Ireland. So the Irish flag is one of the cards in this set, and at that time, Ireland had been an independent country, or at least the lower part of it, not the northern part, not the northern 6 counties, but the lower, I think 28 counties, if I'm right. Had become a free state in 1949, so from Great Britain. So there was that one. And on to some modern baseball. One player I've collected several of the rookie cards for, and I've just held this one, held this one, held this one, and it was like, should I get it graded? I mean, I think raw ones are going up in price, and I just thought, you know, I know it's not going to get a top grade, but I thought it would just look cool in the slab. And I got this Derek Jeter here, the Upper Deck rookie, which is actually my favorite rookie card of his. I just love the pose there of him holding the mid up to block the sun, to catch a lazy fly. And of course, the green trees in the background. Unfortunately, this card wasn't ready in time when I shot my green video, but it received an 8 from SGC, and it's got that tough border. There's probably a little bit of chipping there. I'm sure that is the right grade for it. So that was neat. Happy to get that one slabbed. Now we got a little vintage baseball now to share. Sticking with the same team, the Yankees. This was an LCS grab out of the bargain bin. Got Yogi Berra. This is the 61 MVP from that subset at the high numbers. And of course it says he was the MVP in 51, 54, and 55. And Yogi Berra cards are getting expensive, and I don't have a ton in my collection, so this is a great way to grab one quickly. And I sent it in, and it got the 3.5, but there's a reason why. It's a small wrinkle up here. Again, didn't see it through the sleeve. I don't care, it looks great. I think it looks fabulous in the SGC holder. Go a few years later. Here's another red. Got Reds and Yankees pretty much. Oh my. But this red became an Oriole. So we have the 72 tops of Frank Robinson. Thought this was a pretty nice card. Ended up as a 5. The corners are probably a little soft on it. That's probably why I got the 5. Very clean back. To me, I think SGC's consistency is still there. Now we'll go to some hockey. So I got a little vintage hockey here for you. And you're probably going to hear about this player more often coming down the ways. If I'm going to do at least his entire Topps run, I think it's going to be worth it. I think he's the guy that I gravitate most towards as far as collecting vintage hockey in the hobby, and that's Andy Bathgate. I found this card for very little on eBay, ungraded, and it came back a 6. And there's a little corner touching there, but maybe it's a little generous, maybe because of the overall eye appeal, it got the 6. The back is very clean. With that generosity on touch corners, slightly touch corners, SGC, I kind of think sets them apart and really I think they still have it. I've heard a lot of videos lately about whether they're going to lose value or what. I don't know. I don't think so. Are they maybe, you know, maybe cannibalizing the brand for PSA? That's possible, but I mean, I gotta believe they're going to hire in new graders, and I gotta believe that they'll train them. The some that are left will train them up right. Now it takes them a little longer to grade. If they keep producing quality like this, I don't think there's going to be an issue. Finally, we got a modern card here. We got the 1990-91 Upper Deck rookie card of one of my favorite hockey players of all time, Jaromir Jagr. This was a, I think, $3 or $4 pull out of the hockey box at my LCS of just value, just value vintage, or not vintage, best value cast off modern, and came back with a 9. I was really happy with that. I was hoping for a 9.5 maybe, but the 9 is really nice. I mean, 10s are still really hard to get, but this is a solid card, and I'm very thankful to get it in the 9. I don't think I increased its value any. It's not what it's about, but I wanted it in an SGC slab. I thought, I'd like to get this autographed, but who knows where he's at. TTM is probably not very easy with him. I hear he's still playing over in Europe, maybe Eastern Europe. He hasn't really retired yet, or maybe he recently has, but who knows where he's at. And the likelihood of getting this autographed is probably slim to none, so I went ahead and got it graded. Could always crack it, I suppose, or get another one. That's all I have for you tonight. I hope you all had a great extended weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. So until then, good night and good luck.